What is up? This here, LA in a minute. Crossing the street at a busy intersection is a simple process. Press the button, wait for the walk signal, and off you go. But in a special episode sponsored by Yerushalmi Law Firm, aka Injury Needs, this little pedestrian call button is one of the most important safety innovations in pedestrian safety of all time, and it started right here in Los Angeles. Let's get into it. So the pedestrian call button, or on-demand pedestrian signal, has been adopted worldwide. Why? Because it's simple and it's increased safety to the point where it's saved countless lives of pedestrians attempting to cross the street. But in 1920s Los Angeles, as the city was transitioning from the land of rail cars to the city of the automobile, pedestrian danger was a growing crisis. Solutions at the time ranged from safety monitors and assisted crossings to pedestrian tunnels, especially for children, to keep people away from traffic. But still, these measures weren't enough. Pedestrian accidents were so frequent that there were public calls for safety solutions, and insurance companies routinely offered coverage for pedestrian accidents throughout the decade. That's when Ralph Dorsey, LA's first traffic engineer, studied accident statistics from the 1920s, and he noticed something important. There were no pedestrian deaths where traffic signals had existed, at least in front of schools. At the time, traffic signals were only placed by being justified by motor vehicle volumes, but Dorsey argued that pedestrian volumes mattered too, and he needed to find a solution. Dorsey went on to help perfect a pedestrian-activated push button, allowing people, especially students, to trigger a stop signal on busy thoroughfares. Despite initial skepticism, especially from the Board of Education, who worried children couldn't operate such a device, the first installation went live on January 14th, 1929, in front of the Luther Burbank Junior High at the intersection of Figueroa and Meridian Streets in Highland Park. Did it work? Well, there was an immediate decrease in pedestrian accidents and deaths, and by 2001, the Federal Highway Administration said that installing pedestrian buttons at intersections led to a 29% decrease in total crashes, a 15% drop in severe crashes, and a drastic 69% reduction in pedestrian crashes. That proves how vital this innovation was, but the reality is that LA remains a dangerous city for pedestrians, second most in the United States. So to tackle this, the city's embraced bold and evolving strategies like the Vision Zero initiative launched in 2015. So in a special episode sponsored by Yerushalmi Law Firm, aka Injury Needs, being a pedestrian in LA still has its risks, but it is the birthplace of the most important pedestrian safety innovation of all time, the pedestrian call button. If you do happen to get injured, though, call Injury Needs at 310-777-7717. But until then, always remember, press the button, wait for the walk signal, and cross safely. All right, LA, it's been a minute.